Hello Mega Exercisers, this is the Muscle Lady here to remind you to exercise your muscle.
Hashtag exercise your muscle.
This is part 5 of consequences of not exercising your muscle. So as we've discussed before, just like there are benefits to when you exercise your talent muscle, there are also consequences, negative consequences of not exercising your muscle. And in the past 4 videos, we've been discussing what those consequences are. So I suggest if you've missed any video, go back, refresh your memory, or learn what happens when you don't exercise your talent muscle. So today we'll be looking at 3 more consequences of not exercising your talent muscle. The first consequence we'll be looking at today is you live the lie. The lie that you have convinced yourself of and as a result has convinced the world of, right? So let's define what is a lie. A lie is an untrue statement with intent to deceive. So you've convinced yourself of some lie and you are now deceiving yourself and the world, right? So let's look at a couple of lies that we tell ourselves. The first one would be, I can't talk in front of people. That is untrue. That is an untrue statement, because just because you can't talk in front of a crowd now doesn't mean that through practice, through exercise, it can never be possible. So the more you believe this lie, then you believe that you are not a people's person, you can't express what's inside. That's a lie. So you see how when you lie to yourself, as a result, you end up telling people the lie. So when people describe you, they're like, oh, that quiet person, that's a lie. If your gift is to be talking in front of people, all it needs is exercise. Another lie could be that people who cook or who bake are better than you. That's an untrue statement. With the last video, we learned that we are all our talents are tailor-made for us. So there's no need to compare, there's no need to compete. So when you say that somebody else is better than you, you are competing, and it's an untrue statement. People might be different, their cooking, their baking could be different to yours, but it is not better. I'm not confident enough. That is an untrue statement, because confidence comes when you act, right? We are all scared in the beginning, but when you act and you exercise that muscle, confidence comes, and also you learn the traits. Not all of us are born good speakers. I'm not even sure if there is anybody born a good speaker. But with practice, with exercise, with reading and educating yourself, you become better. So the lie we feed ourselves and therefore tell the world is that I am not enough. My gift is not good enough. I am not influential enough. I am not enough. Well, just because you are not enough right now just means that you need to exercise your muscle enough so that it will be strong enough and it will attract the people that need to benefit from it. You suffer from muscle pain memory. So have you noticed that when you hurt your physical muscle, so your muscle in your physical body, for example, you trip and fall downstairs or at the gym or in an accident, right? And it hurts your body. Have you noticed that firstly, you need to do some therapy for the muscle to heal. And even after it's healed, have you noticed that when you try and do what led to the hurt, your brain kind of says like red flag. It's thinking it's protecting you because it's trying to prevent you from doing what caused the hurt in the beginning. The same is true for our talent muscle. If you've done something to get hurt before, so you attempted to speak in front of people and they laughed at you, you baked and you were critiqued, or something you were trying to exercise your muscle and you received pain. Have you noticed that firstly it causes pain, psychological pain, right? And then even when you try, after that, when you try and do the same thing again, so maybe you've had a business that failed and you try again, your brain sends red flag, red flag, red flag. It thinks it's trying to protect you, but this is muscle pain memory, which could be detrimental. So when you hurt your body and you don't do anything about that pain, so you don't go for therapy and you don't let it heal, what happens is, if you leave it just like that, it alters your movement. So there you get like people starting to move weird because of the hip that they maybe hurt, or knees. Years later, people are complaining about knees, so it alters your movement. When you've tried to exercise your talent muscle and you got hurt, you receive pain, it stores, so your brain stores the muscle pain memory, right? And next time when you try and do the same thing or exercise your muscle again, it sends the red flag thinking it is trying to protect you. But if you don't do anything about it, you will alter your movement. So you will alter who you are. If my talent muscle is to speak like I do now, to encourage you to exercise your muscle, and through feedback, I get criticized, or somebody tells me something that causes pain, right? And that if I let that stop me from continuing to exercise my muscle, that will alter my movement. So that's where then I'll go back to the first consequence of living the lie. I'll start believing that maybe this isn't my talent muscle. Maybe I'm not supposed to speak in front of people. So what you should do is, just like your physical muscle, let it heal, right? Sometimes maybe you even need psychological help. You need therapy for the muscle to heal. Because if you don't do anything about it, if you leave it, the memory stores it, and the pain increases and it alters your movement. The same way we need to heal from physical pain muscle through rehabilitation, through therapy, the same way we need to heal from talent muscle pain, right? So sometimes you'll need psychological therapy, because the pain might be so deep in your psyche that it affects your movement. So it affects everything that you do. So firstly, I would say forgive yourself, because most of the time we hold ourselves accountable. I shouldn't have tried to open that business. I shouldn't have stood on that stage. I shouldn't have spiked. You blame yourself for exercising your muscle and the reaction that you got. So forgive yourself. Then forgive the people. Forgive the people who had a play in causing the pain, right? So you need to free yourself, free the people, then through exercise that muscle again, because if you just leave it, it causes more pain and it alters your movement. It alters who you are, and you end up living the lie. The third consequence we're going to talk about today is you live below your potential. So potential is something that can develop or become actual. You and I were born with a talent, a muscle, like I call it. Everyone was born with a talent. Just because you don't know it does not mean it doesn't exist. For years, I thought God forgot about me. I thought everybody else had a talent, everybody else knew their purpose, except for me. So just because I didn't know it doesn't mean it didn't exist. Same for you. Everybody was born with a talent. We all have potential to be what we were created to be. So let's take a soccer player, for example, right? As a baby, they are born with the capability of being a brilliant soccer player that they were created to be. I mean, they can just think of tricks and how to move with that ball, and they were created like that. It's the potential. But if it is not exercised, it cannot be actual. If your talent muscle is a cook or a baker, you are born with that talent, but it's raw, it's potential, something that can become actual. only through exercise. Exercise is where you're going to practice the trade. You're going to learn more about the trade. So you don't just become brilliant overnight. No, that's the potential. It has the potential. You have the potential of it becoming actual, right? Beyonce, she didn't just wake up one day and could sing and could hold her breath and could entertain. Through exercise, through practice, through learning, she became what she is. Same, we all have a talent, a gift that we are supposed to give to the world. But if we don't exercise it, we live below the potential of what we were created to be. What a sad life that is. So mega exercises, you know you are created for a life, a better life, bigger life than what you are living right now. You know that the books that you think about, that you write, that are stuck on your computer, if people could read it, their lives would be changed, their lives would be entertained. You know that the food that you have, if people could taste it, wow. We are all created for greatness. But if we keep on telling ourselves the lie and convincing ourselves of untrue statements, we'll convince the world and will never live to the potential we were created for. If you let the pain of what happened before when you tried to exercise your muscles stop you, the pain increases and you alter your movement. You will get hurt. You will bump yourself. It's part of growth and learning. You have to let the past go and learn through the pain. Don't keep it. Don't let the red flags of what happened before stop you. Learn from it and exercise that muscle. You are born with a talent, a muscle. If you do not develop it or exercise it, what you were born or created to be will never be actual. That is a sad story to us who are supposed to benefit from it. So mega exercises. This is the Muscle Lady here to remind you to exercise your muscle.
Hashtag exercise your muscle.
Hello mega exercises. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button so that you will be notified whenever a new video comes out. Comment below and tell us how you exercise your muscle. Click here for the previous video and remember to exercise your muscle.